Hello everyone and welcome to today's English session. Today we're going to start with reading through our text map, Come and Buy a Papaya. So hopefully you've got it on the screen in front of you. You can pause the video and along with actions read through the text map, Come and Buy a Papaya. Hopefully by now you are really good at reading through the text map, and I know there are some parts which are a bit tricky to say, but if you keep practicing you will get better and better. Now, yesterday we were writing persuasive sentences, short, snappy, persuasive sentences. Today we are going to read as a writer, and that means we're unpicking the text, we're looking at the text, looking at what we've learned and what we need to include as a writer in persuasive writing. So all the things that we need to include to make our writing persuasive. So let's have a look at the text, and we are going to first of all box up the text. So this part here, what do we call that? That's right, this is the title. So in a persuasive writing, we need a title. And we need a title in most pieces of writing. So there's our title. And then this part here I'm looking at next. What do we call this orange section? That's right, either the opening or an introduction. So because it's a non-fiction text, we usually say an introduction. And you can see we've got some rhetorical questions in our introduction as well. And in our introduction, in a persuasive text, we are trying to grab the reader's attention. Okay, we're telling them what we think already. And in this one, we're telling them that we think that the papaya is amazing. Okay, and they don't need to look any further. Then the next part, this black section of our text, it's all in black. What is this section? So in our persuasive writing, this is where we include our reasons. So we explain, you explain your opinion, what you think, and you are convincing the reader as much as possible with as many reasons as you can think of to buy what you are selling or whatever you're persuading them to do. So that's your reasons here, all the reasons, and you can see we've got a colon and bullet points with our reasons in. We've also used lots of boastful language in this part of the text. All of those boastful adjectives to make our items sound amazing and to convince them to buy it. And this last part of our text in the green, we call the conclusion. Okay? In a story, we'd say the ending, but we're saying the conclusion because it's a non-fiction text. So you say your opinion again, what you think, and tell the reader what to do. Okay, so that's our text. Okay, now we're going to have a look at a toolkit. The first toolkit we're going to have a look at is every time we write. So every time I write, what do I need to include? Now, we all know what we have to include every time we write, so you can have a quick think. And hopefully you have got capital letters. You need capital letters, full stops, finger spaces, neat handwriting. Okay, so they are the non-negotiables. Every time you write, you must include those. Now, we're looking at a toolkit. What do we need to include when we do persuasive writing? So what have we looked at over the last week or so? What have we been learning about in our writing? What do we need to include? So our boastful adjectives, so magnificent, thrilling, marvelous, all of those boastful adjectives to convince the reader. So we need to include those. Present tense. So can you remember our learning on verbs and making it the present tense? So we need to include those. Our conjunctions. And, but, so, or, when, because. We need to include our conjunctions. And then lastly, we need short, snappy sentences. Okay? And that will persuade our reader to do what we'd like them to do. So that's our toolkit of what we need to include in our persuasive writing. Now, we've looked at to read as a writer, and now we're going to have a look at to read as a reader. Now, to read as a reader, we answer some comprehension questions about the text. So we're unpicking the text a little bit more and making sure we understand it. So I'm hoping that I have the text here somewhere. I do have the text somewhere. Bear with me. Oh. Here, I could use this one to use. Okay. So, first question. Name one adjective that describes the papaya. So, what adjective do they use to describe the papaya? Sweet and delicious. So I could have soft and juicy or sweet and delicious. So I just need one of those adjectives. And I'm going to choose sweet. So, and we need to answer our question in a sentence. So we're going to write number one, name one adjective that describes the papaya. So we're going to start with an adjective that describes the papaya is sweet. Okay. Number two, how was the sense of humour described in the text? Have a look at the text. How did they describe the sense of humour? Here it is, a witty sense of humour when you need entertainment in the lunch hall. So witty, and witty is like quick humour, so they're quite quick with their humour. So I'm going to say the humour was described as witty. So if you've noticed, I'm answering the questions in full sentences. Number three. How does the papaya annoy friends? Well, that's there on one of these points here. Another reason is that it has an added bonus of a unique shriek, because pranking your annoying friends can be fun. So that's the reason that it annoys friends. That's how it annoys friends. So the unique shriek. So can I just write unique shriek? Oh, I need to write a sentence. I need to put my answer into a sentence. So how does the papaya annoy friends? The papaya annoys friends with its annoying shriek. Full stop. Okay, so I've answered the sentences I've answered the questions in full sentences. Now I have some questions that I would like you to answer in full sentences. So the first one, why is a talking papaya impossible to forget? Number 2, how is a papaya's shriek described? Number 3, name one feature the papaya boasts. Number 4, who might buy the papaya? So in your books now, please, I would like you to answer those questions to read as a reader. Off you go.